Virgo, I keep hearing personal, a personal, Putchy, Pisces, Paula, Pauline, Joe, Jolie, Jodie, but something personal, very private, maybe something to do around private. We need to go private. So it might be like dentist, hospitals, or you could be dealing with a Force, Scorpio, or Aries. And it's kind of like it's personal, it's private, it's down to us, it's in the family, it's no one else's business but mine or ours. But we might need to go private, meaning there might be something to do with around a hospital or a dentist or something like that that someone could be going to, and you're looking to go private. Okay, so someone's keeping something from people because it's private, it's confidential, it's no one else's business. It's why I keep thinking it's either money related, business related, or relatives. And it might be something that is like in the family where it's a personal affair. It's no one else's kind of business, and we may need to go private, like meaning it's not paid by the government, it's paid by us, and we need to pay for it because we're going private. Okay. So it's kind of like that, or a private eye. Someone's detecting someone and they're kind of like a private eye detective, which means there might be a spy or someone's going to like what do you call it, where I'm going to order a person to spy on another person to find out what they're doing, and like a private eye detective, like we're going to get a detective. Really, what is that? A detective to try and track someone down to find out what they're doing by a private eye. Okay, meaning you don't trust the person or they don't trust you, and you've got someone else to keep an eye on them. Now, this might not be anything, or them, Emily, Melissa, Maria, Michael, Jackson, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Bing, John. But like, I'm going to have to do something where it might be just checking up on someone all the time, and it might not be freaky or weird. It's just that we have to keep an eye on this person all the time. I keep picking up where there's energies of fog on the Tyne, someone from Manchester or Leeds or someone like that. And then I also keep hearing like it's nothing weird, it's just that someone has to keep their eye on someone all the time because of an illness or something. Okay, this has come up in my readings quite a few times. It definitely seems to be very prominent in your one, Virgo, where it might be something like hospital or ill related, and we need to keep an eye on someone. Now it might be like an elderly resident, or you might work at an elderly residential home and someone's very ill at the moment, okay, and we have to keep an eye on them, and we have to keep checking up on their bloods, their levels, blah blah blah, bandages, all that kind of stuff, things at hospital. Someone's like critically ill or critical, or Chris or Christine or Chrissy, and someone could be ill and we have to keep an eye on it, okay. So yeah, it's kind of like that, like someone might be ill, and because they are, we have to keep an eye on them, and because we might be detecting something from a hospital, or it could even be a funeral based type sort of thing is also what I'm hearing, and someone could be critical and we need to kind of, well, it wouldn't be critical if it was a funeral. So there's definitely like an illness type sort of energy here around a 4. That's the only kind of reason why I'm saying funeral is because it's a 4, which means Scorpio, which can mean like illness or something of where doctors check up to keep an eye on it, a rash, a spot, something like that on the body, and I need to keep an eye on it and make sure that it isn't growing any bigger. It could be cancer. Maybe if it, don't freak out if no one's going through this. It could be dealing with a low 7 or a Cancerian, but something could be growing and we need to keep an eye on it just to make sure. So it's kind of like going to the doctors, blah, blah, blah. Might not be a sign of cancer or anything. It could just be an elderly patient, someone like that. We need to keep an eye on their levels, blood levels, and so on and so forth. It could be anything to do with food, diabetes, that kind of stuff. I need to keep an eye on my sugar intake and stuff, and I need injections and so on and so forth of insulin. I'm keeping an eye on my insulin levels. All that kind of stuff, right, is really what I'm kind of hearing for you, Virgo, of channeled stuff. So let's have a look into Steve's punk deck. How you doing, Virgo? Then we're going to clarify these ones, and then we're going to look into the dark side and any messages that may be hidden from you that you may want to know. Okay, please do not relate this to your love lives if it isn't. Please relate it to anything that may be going on of relatives or people, friends, family, anything like that, but it's not always to do with your love life. So Virgo, let's see, Virgo, any messages for Virgo? So you do have, you are a badass, act like it. Some of you have got a big dick energy and you're like, I'm going to act like a badass, or I've got an arse. So, wow, someone's showing you you're their asshole or something like that, or you're bleaching your asshole. But you're a badass and act like it. So some of you need to start acting more like Michael Jackson or Michael Jackson, Julian, Jason, Jackie. Someone just knows that they're bad, okay? Some of you might be seeking out a bad partner, like, listen, I want someone who's going to treat me like shit. Right, let's see, any messages for Virgo, please. Vulnerability is hot as fuck. So someone is like, they have this equal flow of like being bad, but also being good, not being very easily swayed, okay? They're hot as fuck, meaning that it's kind of like a vulnerability. Like when you're vulnerable and when you're worried is normally when I find you the most tempting, okay? So someone really is very tempted around a person here. Let's see. Virgo. So you have you eaten? Fuck, you need your people around you. I need people around me all this time, and I'm feeling very vulnerable. But you can also be in a love ship type sort of thing as well, or a love shack is a little lost place where we can get together. So some of you are just getting together with your partner, but like come together right now over me. So some of you is just kind of like getting away with your partner, and it's just you and them. Okay, just me and you. That's all, baby. Okay, and then you got squeeze your zits. Maybe, I don't know. So some of you, it's a tight squeeze trying to get into something. I don't know if you're dieting or anything like that, but it's a squeeze. It's production time. You are badass. Act like it. Who's that? 5. Well, that's not bad. Well, that is bad. Mama, you've been bad. Jesus, right? You are a badass, so act like it. Stop pulling yourself down. Pull yourself together like a pair of curtains and sort your fucking head out. Whoever this is. Now, if you're dealing with a Leo or / Aquarian, they add every single 5 under the deck. That's not a badass, that's a dickhead, really. But I don't know, but you are a badass, so act like it. Stop fucking putting yourself down. Stop sabotaging. You can do this. I know you can. Stop keep feeling so downtrodden all of the time. So it might be where someone's telling you or you're telling them, Virgo. Okay, vulnerability is hot as fuck, but it's also very careful around the 5. So I don't know what that is. Vulnerability is hot, but someone plays downtrodden of like, oh, but I'm so, and you're like, oh, are you? Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You know, I don't know if that's someone that's tricking someone or not. I don't know. Fuck, you need your people around you. Children, friends. This is a very strange one. Squeeze. What's squeeze for? Squeeze. There's a lot of fucking, like, smoke and mirror type, sort of very sporadic, hot as fuck vulnerability of the 5 is tempting. Trying to squeeze the last drop of blood out of someone or something. I don't know. This does not make any sense. I'm going to give up on this bit in a minute. What's the 5 of Cups? I'm going to give in a minute. 3, a Pisces, maybe. Something sort of distance. Someone needs some support during this time. Okay, and that they're distancing themselves and they're saying, you know what, I'm as badass and I don't have to put up with this. Hot as fuck, vulnerability. Again, someone is very indecisive. They don't know what they're doing. And I've got to back away from this reading because it's just really going to confuse people there. Virgo. Sorry, because that's like all over the place, man. That's like, really doesn't make any sense why someone's vulnerability would be really hot and steamy and kind of like, I'm a badass feeling like 5. Really? I put 5 on it. I put a downer on it. So someone might be trying to sabotage something. You're saying, look, stop sabotaging. You're a badass. Act like it, for fuck's sake. Keep sabotaging things that are all right. You know, it'll be fine. Keep worrying. Keep fucking, you know, being dramatic. Just calm yourself down, right? So you could be saying that to someone. Okay. So, are there any messages for Virgo from the dark side that they want Virgo to know from the dark in the shadows? Anything that's hidden in the shadows that Virgo may want to know here? So you got, I fear that you will reject me. So it's fear of abandonment, fear of rejection. Okay, self-sabotaged energy, worrying about telling someone something. that they're going to leave, that they're not going to be here anymore, and I fear letting you go. And if you do, and I don't get to say goodbye, because I'm always hearing, never can say goodbye, no, 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 ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. You never can say goodbye, girl, oh baby. So I fear letting you go, or fear telling you how much you mean to me. Anything hidden from Virgo? I couldn't tell you face to face. Someone had this same kind of array of cards before, our rays, but I fear that you will reject me. I couldn't tell you face to face. I mean, did you message someone and they didn't really respond, and you never really got to show and tell this person face to face how much it is that they mean to you? Okay. Anything hidden from Virgo? I don't trust you. Again, you see, man, it isn't making any fucking sense. You really could be dealing with a Libra. I fear that you will reject me. I couldn't tell you face to face because what? So you don't trust the person, or they don't trust you, and that's the reason why they never told the person face to face, is because they don't want to. They don't want to show their face. But this could be like someone that uses intimidation and vulnerability as intimidation, meaning they can toy and play with one's emotions through coming across as if they're worried and they're scared and they don't say anything. And then that means that you're playing with another person's emotions because I don't trust you. So it might mean, look, I'm really thinking about coming back, but I really don't know whether I should or not, blah, blah, blah. And you guys are like, fuck, don't even bother. Okay. So I fear that you will reject me and say no, that I want another go with it. But someone's saying, I don't care whether you come back or not. Okay. But I couldn't really tell you face to face that I really wanted another go. And I'm just lingering around in the shadows, thinking and feeling that there may be a chance. But then the other person's response is, well, I don't trust you anyway. Okay, because you're acting very weird and very strange. So why should I trust you? Okay. So it might be where someone's using vulnerability as a tactic to get back in with someone. You're like, there's no point acting all vulnerable and downtrodden around me because I know you. Okay. You got to know the person. Definitely hearing the devil, you know. So Devi, Evie, Devi, Evie, Steve. But like a devil, which would be a Capricorn energy maybe, or a Gemini. Let's see. Any other messages in the shadows from Virgo? I do wish you well. So it's kind of like saying goodbye, bon voyage, bye-bye, you know, I'm sorry, but the answer's no because you're too late. Okay, definitely keep hearing, but it's too late, baby, it's too late. I fear that you will reject me. Who has this fear of rejection? Could be a Scorpio. Could be a life path 5 Sagittarius Taurus energy, which would be a 5, which came up in Leo. So if you're like a Leo, Virgo, Aquarian, Virgo, Leo, sort of 8 Virgo, y'all come up majorly as 5s in that reading here. I fear that, and that was a 5, that was 2 5s with Virgo in the Leo reading, if you watch it on Patron, because it was on Patron. It was a 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, or 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, Virgo, and there you were, and that is kind of here. I fear that you will reject me and tell me no, because of the amount of arguments and fucking manipulation that there was going on through that reading. So if you want my advice, yeah, someone does get rejected here. Okay, I fear that you will reject me. So it might be a Capricorn or a Gemini maybe, okay. Could be a mother that's trying to get back in with someone, okay, or a sibling. It could be someone that's been breadcrumbing someone and just giving them little bits of nothing. It could be around money, where someone keeps tapping someone up for money all the time, and they're saying, well, I really need to ask you for some money, for some support around food and health, maybe drugs, could be pharmaceutical, blah, 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 whatever. But it could be like, I fear asking you for any money because you told me no once before, but I'm thinking about coming back and asking you. So it might be where someone asks for money, but they don't do it face to face. They text the person and say, can I borrow money? Now that could be you guys, and it could be from a Gemini or a Capricorn. Okay. I couldn't tell you face to face what 3 of Cups around a Piscean as well, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, or you're a Virgo Pisces. Okay. and I couldn't tell you face to face around financial help and support that I actually need it, okay? I don't trust you, so that might be your love life. Don't trust you, your mum, okay, or this woman, okay? And I don't trust you because I know that I'm in a third party, and I know that you're with another woman or you're with another man and you're a ladies man or a player, and that I don't trust you because I know that you're with this woman, and I can't see you face to face, the fact that I know that I shall end up being a part of this if I do. So this energy of like, well, I fear rejection because I know that you're with someone, and if you are, there's no really point me asking. Because why? Because I don't trust the fact that you're with someone. But if you know that, it's not about trust, it's the fact that someone is, okay? I do wish you well. It's more like saying goodbye to someone. I do wish you well. What's that to do with why does Virgo have that? Sagittarius or Taurus 5, you see, came up in Leo reading. So if you guys are like Leo Virgo energies or 8 Virgo energies, okay, there's a lot of the same kind of remnants that is not in this part, but was definitely in the actual reading for the week, okay? And it was also to do with bon voyage of illness. It might be where you're just telling a nurse goodbye, okay? Someone was also on annual leave and like leaving work, and we're celebrating the fact that you're leaving work or that you've graduated or something. And it might be, you know, I don't really trust where I'm working and I want to leave and blah, blah, blah. Okay. What's that 6 of Pentacles for? Leo, there you go. So you guys definitely come up in the Leo reading when I just done it. Okay, so the name Dun and Putchy. So I fear that you will reject me if I ask you for something. Like if I ask for your support and I ask you that. It could be an Aquarian though. You see 8, Capricorn, Gemini. Okay, but I fear that you will tell me no if I was to ask you for some sort of help in something. What is the 3 of Cups? 3 of Cups. See, again, through these readings here, when I was doing the actual other reading, the top cards made sense, but the cards that were clarifying them really wasn't. Okay, so for you guys that don't trust someone, there's this energy of like, I fear that you will reject me if I was to ask you for support and help, and I couldn't really tell you face to face that I have a connection with you. Okay, and I couldn't really let you know the fact that I have feelings and emotions. Or it's because this person here is showing signs of actually being in a relationship. And because they are, that might be why someone's fearing asking this person, because they know they're in a relationship. Right. Queen of Pentacles, because you have to look at paradox numbers. Gemini and Capricorn. So basically someone here wants back into a relationship that they want to ask, because really went on fucking hugely in Leo, around Gemini, Leos. But, yeah, Virgo, I don't know. Someone just wants to be back as they were. They want to go back to normal and back to the new normal. Is that a television show, The New Normal? I don't know, but I keep hearing like, or Norma. Okay, but like, I want to go back to the way we was. I want things to work out, blah, blah, blah. Temperance. And then the Ace of Cups. The Knight of Cups. So some of you, this is where you are saying goodbye to the past. Third party energies are over. Someone could have moved on with their life. And what is hidden from you in the shadows is that if you're fearing rejection, or any of you are, because you know someone's in a relationship, then they are. So there's not really a lot of point in asking. Okay, and the other person doesn't trust you because they're with someone else. Okay, I do wish you well, and that's more of a, that's the end of a metaphysical relationship and closure, and it's there. Okay. Because like I said, these cards show different, but these cards of actual tarot show me that someone's in a very loving, caring connection. They are in one. And if that isn't you guys and you know another person is, that's them that's in that, okay? But there is no third party reconciling. And it might be that someone fears being rejected, and it could be from around a Leo, okay? It's a very difficult one, me continuing on with that, because, like I said, these cards say different to what these cards do. What these cards are telling me is that someone is in a very loving, stable relationship. But if you're watching it, say, from a Leo, but the other person and the other people have Aquarians, that could be those that are in this relationship and you're wanting to know about third party stuff, and I fear rejection and being abandoned, and I don't really want it because I know they're in a relationship. What is hidden from you in the shadows is the fact that whoever this is in a very stable relationship. Okay. So these are very quick, short and sharp kind of readings, because I'm also trying to have a little bit of time off and also trying to give more time to my patrons. So if you would like to join Patron and the full access bundle only, that is where I'm going to do a weekly reading via tarot. Okay, and then I'm going to clarify them and let you know ins and outs of everything that is coming up for your week. Once that's clarified, I'm then going to do messages of closure and what is hidden, the hidden truth of things that are being hidden from you and stuff like that, thoughts, feelings, what's being hidden, other third parties, who are they involving, what are the answers going to be, how your partner actually thinks and feels about you if you're in partnership and if you're not, all those kind of things. And then you also get 1 week, 1 week's reading after this one. There won't be the next week's slot of readings once I've finished the 12. That week reading of each star sign only goes to Patreon to give my full tier members exclusive access to stuff that you don't get anywhere else. It's only if you're a full tier member. That'll be a full week reading for each star sign involving nearly all the cards and stuff that we go over there. That's after this week. Okay, so if you join, that's what you get. You also get Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, and then you also get to follow me in numbers if that's what you do also, and you get those and thoughts and feelings and so on and so forth. If you want to reach out for a personal reading, you can also do that, provided by the link provided below. But like I said, if you really want to dig into more info and there's more stuff you want to know, the full access bundle is something that lets you find out messages through everything that you can watch, because it's all there. All the extendeds are there. All videos that you don't get to see are also over there as well. Okay? Okay, guys, thanks very much. All readings, everything you want to know, provided below. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.